What's going on, guys? Jacob Worth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas, coming to you guys today with a cost of living comparison video. And we're going to be comparing the cost of living here in the Las Vegas area in Southern Nevada to the cost of living in the next biggest metro area, which is up in Reno, right? Reno, Sparks, Tahoe area, Washoe County, up in Northern Nevada. This is a big one for those of you that are going to be looking to move to Nevada. Maybe you're looking between the Reno area and the Vegas area, or if you're living already in the Reno area, thinking about moving down here or vice versa. Okay, this will be a good comparison and analysis video for you guys. And if you are in any of those positions, moving here from out of state or even looking to move within state, I know an awesome realtor named Lacey. Okay, Lacey and I have known each other for years here in Las Vegas. That's why I send everyone to who's looking to move here to Nevada. So if you're looking to move to Reno, contact her. She can put you in touch with a realtor up there. She's got a network like you wouldn't believe, okay? So Lacey's the realtor here I work with. Amber is the name of the mortgage lender. Those two have also been friends for years. They will hold your hand through the entire process from start to finish when it comes to buying a home here in Nevada. So get in touch with them, and they definitely know how to have some fun along the way throughout the entire process, okay? So as we talk about this, okay, let's talk Reno versus Las Vegas. Okay, right? Now, I love all of Nevada, okay? I love the Silver State, all right? But, you know, there's definitely times where you can have some fun and enjoy that rivalry between Southern Nevada and Northern Nevada, right? All the memes about Reno versus Vegas and all that kind of fun stuff. So it could be fun. It could be cool. It's all in good fun, though, with the Silver State, right? So talking about this, right? So we're going to be comparing Las Vegas, Henderson, North Las Vegas area to the Reno area. So like Reno and Sparks is kind of the area. People also include Lake Tahoe sometimes and that kind of thing up there. So Northern Nevada and Southern Nevada. So if we're talking about a $50,000 annual income, that's your standard of living there in Reno. In order to keep your standard of living here in Las Vegas, you would need to earn about $47,300, okay? So the cost of living is actually about 8% lower here in Las Vegas than it is in Reno. And also keep in mind, guys, these numbers, depending on which websites you use and that kind of thing, and how they collect the data are only so accurate, and numbers do change over time. So to give you a general idea, okay? Now, look at this. The average apartment rent in Reno is actually over $1,500. Damn, Reno. All those people, all those tech people from Silicon Valley moving up there, man. So here in Las Vegas, it's $1,176. All right, that's the average apartment rent. So it's that's hundreds of dollars cheaper from Reno to Las Vegas. Single family home price. This says Reno is $550,000. I'm gonna guess it's a little high because for Vegas here it says like almost $442,000. That's definitely high for Vegas. So Vegas is a little over $400,000, but Reno has become more expensive than Las Vegas in general, right? Transportation for gas is $4.20 a gallon, $4.20 a gallon in Reno. Here in Las Vegas, from this comparison, it actually says $3.93, so which is actually probably more accurate than some of the other videos that I've had, depending on the source you use. So food, bread, Reno, $2.59 for a loaf of bread. Here in Vegas, $3.28. A dozen eggs in Reno, $2.50. Here in Las Vegas, $2. Gallon of milk, $3.35. Here in Las Vegas, $2.50. 12-inch Pizza Hut pizza in Reno, $11.50. Okay, here in Vegas, about $1 cheaper at $10.50. Then entertainment, you're looking to get a movie ticket in Reno, it's cheaper up there. It's about $10 up there. Here in Las Vegas, about $12.15. Yoga class in Reno, just slightly more expensive, $17.50. Here in Las Vegas, $16.83. So yoga is going to cost you a little bit more to do it up in Reno than it is here in Vegas. Beer up in Reno, $9.24. Here in Las Vegas, $8.38. Cost of healthcare for a doctor's visit, Reno's a little bit pricier, $125 versus here in Las Vegas, $112. Cost of a dentist visit, again, a little more expensive in Reno, $110 versus $102. And then cost of optometrist visits, slightly cheaper in Reno, $105 versus $115 here in Las Vegas. They need some over-the-counter ibuprofen. Reno's about $11.50. Here in Las Vegas, it's just over $9. And the population for 2019, Reno's is 246,500. Las Vegas, 634,773. I'm sure both of those are now higher, particularly from 2019 to 2020, and, you know, continuing to 2021 and 2022. That pandemic really helped expedite the process of people moving to Nevada, largely from California. So, you know, just like here in Las Vegas, you get lots of people who come here and move here from LA County or Southern California in general, also Northern California, right? The entire state. I came from Northern California here to Southern Nevada. Reno gets the same thing up in northern Nevada. They get a lot of people who retire from the Central Valley, Sacramento, Stockton, the San Francisco Bay Area. They just move over to Reno, or on the Reno side or the Nevada side of Tahoe, or they go to Sparks because it's close, right? Just like Las Vegas is close to Los Angeles and much of, the big cities in Southern California. Up in northern Nevada, Reno is close to Sacramento, is close to the Bay Area, so you can do a weekend trip. I mean, every weekend if you wanted to, you could drive back, see family, right? People retire, grandparents don't want to be close to grandkids and that kind of thing. So lots of Northern Californians will tend to move to and retire in Reno area. Lots of Southern Californians will tend to come here to the Las Vegas area, but you do get people who go all between both, right? People from SoCal who go to Reno, NorCal, like me, who come to Southern Nevada, right? So similar in that regard between the population growth. So Reno, it's probably over 250,000 now. Las Vegas, probably closer to 700,000 here. So, and the weather, okay, this is where we diverge a little bit. So the average summer high here in Las Vegas, people know it's hot, right? So the average summer high in July, 103.8. The average summer high in Reno in July, 90.6, about 91 degrees. So they get their warm weather up there in Reno too, up in northern Nevada, but not quite like we do down here. Not like we do down here. It's also much more green up in northern Nevada as well. So definitely some different scenery. And the average winter low, Reno definitely has Las Vegas beat for that one. The average winter low here in January, 37 degrees. The average winter low up in Reno, 23.7, so about 24. Vegas does get below freezing sometimes at night during the winter. Reno obviously does as well, more often than Vegas does. But Reno, you're definitely more likely to get snow up there, right? I mean, it's similar to Reno, or similar to Vegas. I was in Reno for winter once, years ago. And that was actually the first time I experienced that dry cold that I talk about here in Las Vegas, where it's dry in the summertime, it's also dry in the winter time here in Vegas. Reno, when I was there first time ever in the winter, was the same thing. It was this weird, like, bone-chilling cold that I never felt before, because growing up in Northern California, usually when it's cold, it's also wet. There's moisture, there's fog, that kind of thing. Nevada, not so much. North and south from what I've experienced. So colder in Reno, hotter here in Vegas, pretty much what you would expect, right? Average commute time, one way to work in the metro area. This says 19.5 for Reno, so about 20 minutes, which I could see that being a bit more, being fairly accurate. If you live up there, tell me how accurate that is. And then here in Las Vegas is 24.5, which I'm like, no, that's not it. In Vegas, this area is pretty easy to navigate for the most part. So, traffic here in Las Vegas really isn't that bad. I mean, it's one of those things where Vegas is growing a lot, Reno's growing a lot. So, there are more people coming here. There's more expansion, more infrastructure being built out and that kind of thing. But for the most part, I would say, especially down here in the Las Vegas area, the traffic really isn't that bad. State income tax, 0 for both, right? Because we're both here in Nevada. Duh. So Nevada, no state income tax. You would literally have to change the Nevada state constitution in order to have an income tax put in at the state level here. So if you live in Reno, if you live in Vegas, if you live in Ely, Winnemucca, Pahrump, if you live up in Jackpot, right? Anywhere and everywhere in between, you are within the Silver State. There is no state income tax. You are not paying that state income tax. We don't have any here. Once you do your federal income taxes, you're done. All right, sales tax, 2021 combined. Reno, 8.27%. Las Vegas, 8.38%. So sales tax is about the same, right? With Reno and Las Vegas being the two big, economic hubs of the state. Also, largely because of the tourism and hospitality. Their sales taxes are a bit higher because that helps offset the fact we have no state income tax and offset the fact that our property taxes are pretty low, which brings me to the average Washoe County property tax is 0.62%. Here in Clark County is 0.65%. So here in Nevada, again, no matter where you're at, right, from, Mesquite all the way up to Sparks or Carson City and anywhere in between, the state property tax in Nevada is one of the lower ones in the country on the state level. So it's one of the lower ones in the country on the state level. Again, no state income tax, but the sales tax is a bit higher. Now, most valuable industries by payroll, pretty much the same, okay? Because for, Nevada, Reno and Las Vegas obviously largely depend on tourism and hospitality, but that's huge just for the state in general, right? So retail, hospitality, healthcare in Reno, they got lots of retirees. They're just like we do here in Las Vegas, lots of retirees. So same thing in Las Vegas, accommodations, food services, healthcare, arts, entertainment, travel, hospitality, Although, you know, Reno's got said some of the Silicon Valley tech workers coming up there in that area. So, you know, between Reno and Las Vegas, over the years, their economies have diversified some. But then again, you know, with Nevada being so built for decades on tourism and hospitality, that still is going to play a huge factor in our economy here across the Silver State. So, guys, this should give you a decent idea for the year of 2022, the cost of living difference between Reno and Las Vegas. Again, depending on the source, the website, how they track stuff, these numbers can be different, these numbers can vary, and these numbers will change over time. It's just to give you an idea, okay? So if you need help with the whole moving process, whether it's to Nevada from another state, whether it's from Reno to Vegas or Vegas to Reno or anywhere and everywhere in between, there'll be a link down below. You get in touch with Lacey and her team. They will help you out through that entire process, okay? I'll give you guys all this good info. If you need help like with the step-by-step, go to her. Go to her. That's her expertise. So guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being so awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That is going to be it for this video. I am Jacob, and this is My Life in Vegas.